Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call to order the regular monthly meeting of the Houston County Board of Education for February the 12th to order. I would ask that everyone, if we would silence our cell phones, we certainly would appreciate it. We will have a moment of silence, and after which we're going to ask two outstanding students from Parkwood Elementary, Cotillius Combs and Aileen Campos Amador, if you will come down and lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance after we finish our moment of silence. At this time, we'll have a moment of silence. Thank you. Please stand. Thank you all. Thank you. Great job. At this time, we're going to meet some more of our great students and educators in our schools. We will start with Parkwood Elementary with Dr. Greg Peavy. If you will introduce your guest, please.
We just got to meet the two students here. Quintilius, now he pulled a fast one on me because I've been calling Diego. And I saw the Quintilius. I said, do you want me to introduce you as Diego or Quintilius? He says, Quintilius. Well, why have you never told me what you want me to call you? But listen, this is Quintilius, part of the flag team, part of the academic team. He's done a lot of things around Parkwood, been at Parkwood since he was in pre-K, so really has just been a part of the fabric of that school, and so we certainly want to welcome him here today. So I want to present you to Quintilius. Then we have Eileen. Now, Eileen, I got the opportunity to take these guys to get a steak. Eileen ordered a steak as big as her head. And she handled it too now. She did a great job. But she's a part of the dance team. She's part of our broadcasting crew, which does the announcements each morning over the video announcements and does a great job with that. And she says she wants to be a marine biologist when she grows up. So we're very proud of her. And again, she's been at Parkwood pretty much all of her career. I think you came in kindergarten. Is that correct? Yeah. So I present you Eileen.
All right.
And then standing next to Eileen is the current teacher of the year, Ms. Castle. Actually, Ms. Castle is responsible for the broadcasting team and setting all that up. So does an outstanding job keeping things going throughout the school. We've started the Accelerated Reader program, doing anything we can to get students excited about reading, getting motivated. So certainly want to present to you Ms. Castle. And then for our counselor appreciation, I'm glad to have Ms. Taylor with us, our counselor, and this is my first year at Parkwood, and so needed some folks, some rocks, if you will, to kind of lean on, and she's been at Parkwood, what did you say, 14 years? 15 years, and so really knew what was going on, some things that needed to happen, and so very pleased to have worked with her, and glad to bring her here this afternoon, and that's Ms. Taylor.
All right. Next, we will have from Morningside Elementary Principal, Ms. Cassandra King. If you will introduce your guest, please.
Hello, everyone. And so here we have some wonderful Morningside Panthers. Right now we have Mrs. Beth Wynn. She's our Teacher of the Year. She has been teaching for 27 years, but this is her 3rd year in Houston County. She is a great advocate for her students and her parents. She sends home projects that are both engaging and fun for parents and students to do at home. And so we're very proud to have Ms. Wynn at Morningside. Next to her, we have Nevaeh Belvin. She was one of our students of the quarter. She's in 5th grade, GTE, and she is an outstanding student that is very conscientious and very helpful to everyone in her classroom. And then we have Miss Mackenzie Oliver. She's third grade, and she has been one of our very proud Panthers at Morningside. She's a former student of Miss Wynn, and she too is very conscientious, and she cares more about others than she does about herself and making sure that they are excited. And then next to her, we have our wonderful counselor, Miss Holly Buckley. And Miss Buckley has been a counselor for 11 years. And so we're excited about this, and she is also a wonderful advocate for our students, as she serves as the student council sponsor. She's been doing this for 19 years. So we are very proud of our Panthers, and thank you very much.
From Huntington Middle, Principal Dr. Gwendolyn Taylor, if you will introduce your guest, please.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having us today. I brought 3 wonderful Hawks with us today. First of all, I have Ms. Janice Clark, who is our 2018-19 Teacher of the Year. Ms. Clark is one of our most dedicated and hardworking teachers. She teaches 8th grade math, is a team leader, the math PLC leader, and Huntington Certified Lead STEM teacher. When not working or teaching in the after-school program, Ms. Clark volunteers her time to tutor students. Even though she may not teach those students, she tutors all students. You can depend on Ms. Clark to go above and beyond every day, and she is a great, great asset to Huntington Middle School. Next, we have Ms. Cindy Baker. Cindy is Miss Huntington for 2018-2019.
Congratulations.
She's in 8th grade and a member of our Huntington Fellowship Christian Athletes. She also serves as the manager for our 8th grade cheerleading team and is a cheerleader with All Stars Cheers with Power and Lead. As busy as Cindy is, she always maintains an A average in all her classes.
Good.
We talked about that at lunch. I asked Cindy what was her favorite motto. She said, keep moving forward and never limit yourself to what you can achieve.
All right.
Cindy Baker. Mr. Travis Lucas, who is Mr. Hawk, is an 8th grade student at Huntington. Travis is a member of Huntington Drama Club, Family Consumer Science. Also, he's a Partners Club. He loves to work with our special needs students. When Travis is not studying and maintaining an A average, he enjoys drawing, singing, and playing basketball. When I asked Travis what was the favorite thing for him, he said, keep moving, never give up, and be the change you want to see in the world. My 3 excellent.
From Houston County High School, Principal Dr. Doug Reiser, if you will introduce your guest, please.
Thank you for having us today, board members. I'll call you Taven Zeno. First of all, I'd like to introduce Brian. I'm just messing with him. We've had a good time today. Brian is a senior in Houston County High School. In 2017, Brian came to us from Puerto Rico. Hurricane Maria had destroyed his high school where he was from. And we were glad to have him. Brian spoke no English when he came to us. Not only did Brian not know English, but we were also trying to get him so that he can help participate in our wrestling team. He is a Pan Am American champion. He is last year's fourth in the state, and right now he's currently 49-1. He'll be representing Houston County in the next couple of days, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in the state tournament. What I like most about Brian is he speaks very good English now. In fact, in a few minutes, I'm going to let him say a few things to you. He's got a 3.8 GPA, and what's great is when he got his Letterman's jacket, I don't think I've ever seen a kid at Houston County be more proud to have a jacket on. And Brian, say what you like best about Hoco, Brian.
Well, hello. What I like about Houston County High School is bird time. It lets you choose classes, like the class that you want to be, twice a week, so you can take a test or take a quiz or make an assignment that you didn't finish at class, or just get help from a teacher, or just go to study hall or something. So, yeah, thank you.
Sarah Jane Hanig. Sarah works up in our front office, and she was chosen for her demeanor and her professionalism. Sarah Jane is a role model student amongst her peers, and she's an influence to all of her classmates. She has maintained a 3.87 GPA in both honors and AP classes. She's a member of National Honor Society. Sarah is part of our HOCO swim team, and she has participated in many clubs within our school, such as National Spanish Honor Society, Partners Club, Thespian, Student Council, FCA, DECA, and CAS. Sarah Jane has been a 4-year member of DECA and is currently serving as the DECA president. She has also worked in the Bears Necessity School Store, which is associated with DECA. Sarah Jane was also elected as a senior representative to our homecoming court this year. Sarah, say a few things.
Okay. So my favorite thing about HOCO is how personal it is. You hear stories from other schools about how the teachers are there solely to teach, but at HOCO they're definitely there to make sure that you learn and understand the information, not just about the class, but about life and things you would know in general. So.
Last week was Counselor Appreciation Week, and I brought one of my favorite counselors with me. This is Ms. Jones. Interesting story. You got Ms. Jones and you got Ms. Taylor, two sisters, both counselors at different schools. I thought that was pretty neat. Ms. Jones, what I like most about Ms. Jones, she's been at Hassan County High School for 15 years. She served both of my students, my children, my daughter and my son. What I love most about her is that she lights up a room. She always has a smile on her face. She has a kind heart. It's always evident when she interacts with students, and not only students, but staff members as well. Everybody is comfortable in talking to Ms. Jones, even though she gives me and her, we mess with each other all the time. If she is not working for students, you'll often find her meeting with staff members. And seeking their guidance and helping them out. Her unique life experiences give her opportunity to connect with others. Thank you, Ms. Jones. And our teacher of the year is Ms. Hunt. And actually, Ms. Hunt is our EL teacher. Actually, she was one of the first people to meet Brian. Let's see, Ms. Hunt has been at HOCO now for 9 years. And originally, Ms. Hunt, there's a lot of reasons why Ms. Hunt's our teacher of the year, but I'm a big data person, and all of our EL classes last year had what they call high growth, 6%. They met their percentage plus 6 percentage points. And what that basically boils down to is every one of her classes, all of her EL students, and every content area at Hassan County High School had a green flag with a star in the middle of it. So, and that just what she does. She takes a personal approach to these kids. She's there before school starts, and she stays after school to work with these kids every single day. I'm in the mall area every day, and I don't know how many kids work their way down to her room every morning, but it's a lot. We are very blessed to have her at Hassan County and appreciate all she does. Ms. Hunt.
A representative from Georgia Power, Mr. Carlos Becerra, is here today to present a new teacher assistance grant. Please come forward along with Fort Valley State University Education Dean, Dr. Rebecca McMullen. Come forward, please. And Westside Elementary teacher, Ms. Shakithia Johnson.
Yes, so my name is Carlos Becerra. I'm with Georgia Power. I just want to go ahead and thank the board at this time, especially Dr. Mark Scott. Principal Dr. Hammond is here with Westside Elementary. And obviously to the teacher, Ms. Shakithia Johnson. We're here to present the new teacher assistant grant. This grant is a $1,000 grant, and each year Georgia Power grants the state's newest teachers with funds to purchase classroom supplies and help launch their careers as pre-K, elementary, middle, and high school teachers. The eligibility for this is that there's a teacher nomination with all Georgia public colleges. They're submitted to Georgia Power. The candidates have to be top 25% of their class and demonstrate a high aptitude for teaching. So in 2019, there was 41 teachers across the state that were going to receive this grant, and Ms. Sharkeisha Johnson is one out of those 41. So, Ms. Johnson, on behalf of Georgia Power, we want to let you know how much you are appreciated for teaching our youth and shaping the leaders of the future.
Our Houston County Career Academy offers unique programs for students to include one for those who aspire to teacher Ms. Erin Morton and her students in the Teaching for Profession class are visiting today to learn more about how the Board of Education operates. And of course, we've met them earlier. We'd like to welcome you to the meeting of our central office, and please stand and be recognized, and let's applaud the future teachers. Thank you. Veteran High School FFA junior and senior meets team both won the state championship. The students qualified to compete at the FFA national competition, which will be held in October in Indianapolis, Indiana. Thank you all for coming forward here, and please introduce your students.
Okay, they mix themselves up just to confuse me. Start with the junior team, the 2018-2019 state champion junior team, Miss Madison Jones, state high individual Hannah Darley, and Miss Landy Del Rome. And they did an excellent, I'm sorry. They did an excellent job. They had to identify 25 pieces of beef, pork, and lamb by its species, wholesale cut, retail cut, cooking method. They had to do placing classes on carcasses and retail cuts, and then a general knowledge test, which has to do with nutrition, food science, and then legislation. And the greatest thing about this group of young ladies is the teams we competed against had a year, maybe even 2 years to prepare. We were together for 4 months, is that right? And they still came away with the title. The senior team of Cassie Horton, high individual, Darby Masters, and Olivia Clary had to do the same things, but included a problem solving, which is like a real world application of big science knowledge. They had to do something else. What else did y'all have to do? Yielding quality grade carcasses, which is the same thing the USDA meat grader does. I gave them the challenge of breaking the old record for what the highest score in the state was, both individually and as a team, and we beat both, so the highest score ever. And they'll go to nationals in October. I speak for all these young ladies when we thank Dr. Barber and Dr. Johnson and the board, because as much as we do and as hard as we run, it takes a lot of support, so thank you.
And I would like to say to them, when you all do your cooking, you ever need a taste of Our schools are known across the state for quality of our fine arts programs. The Georgia Music Education Association recently selected 11 students for all-state band. Selection for all-state is the highest honor a student may achieve. thousands of band students from across the state audition, but only a small percentage are chosen. Teachers, please come forward with your students as I call your school at this time. And please introduce your students and tell us what instruments they play. From Bayou Middle, you will come forward. Director, Ms. Leah Williams.
Good afternoon. I'm here to introduce Gina Cutlet. As Mr. Wilson was saying, there's a very small percentage of students that are selected for all-state dance. This is a huge honor. Gina was actually one of 4 tenor saxophones in the entire state that was selected, and probably 50 tried out in the entire state. She was in the top 4, which is a huge accomplishment. In addition to being a wonderful musician, Gina is also a very accomplished student. She is a state science fair winner, and she's also a very accomplished athlete. She's one of our members of our soccer team as well.
From Peyton Middle, our band director, Mr. Lloyd McDonald. Please come forward with your student and tell us what instrument they play.
Good afternoon, everyone. We had 2 students from Peyton Middle who were selected for all-state band this year. I'd like to reiterate something Ms. Williams said, that it's a very small percentage of kids that actually get selected, and a really small percentage of kids that get selected that are not in a particular region of our state. Several years ago, I took a Google map and I dropped a pin on every school in the state of Georgia that had at least one student in the middle school all-state band. And it basically was a big crescent right up here in this part of our state and a smattering of kids around the rest of the state. I think it says a lot for our music programs here that in the middle school level we have 4 kids from right here in our county, as well as I think about 7 or so from the high school. Our 2 students are Emma Davis, who made it on the trombone, and Stephanie Choi, who made it in percussion. And Stephanie will also be traveling this weekend to All-State Choir. So how about a hand for them?
Perry Middle, directed by Ms. Christy Percy. You will come forward, please, with your students.
Good afternoon. This is Owen Cook, and a little funny story is a year ago when we were going to auditions, I remember this little kid driving around the tuba, and he was in 6th grade auditioning at all of these honor bands, which 6th graders don't do. So this little tuba player actually ended up making an all-state finalist. Well, the cool thing is that they decided to move to Perry to be a part of the Perry Band program. I'm thrilled because now in 7th grade, we have an all-state tuba player. So we are very excited to have Owen.
From Houston County High School, band director, Mr. Jay Davis, if you will come forward with your students.
Good afternoon. These are 2 students from Houston High School who made All-State. This has been said. He was served as section leader in our marching band this year and is a percussionist. He's also made the region band and district band. And this is our senior E-flat contra alto clarinetist. It's a mouthful. Melissa Hampton. She serves as a drum major this fall with the band. We'll be leading our band next month in New York at the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which we're invited to, so we're excited about that. Fantastic students, band kids are great. We're super proud of them.
From Barry High School Band Director, Mr. Andy Percy, if you will come forward, please.
All right, good afternoon. We have 3 people that made all-set band from Perry High School this year. And first is our 5th grade percussionist, Maximus Pino. And second is our Perry High School valedictorian, Miss Stevie Gibbons, on French horn. And thirdly is Mr. Ian Cornelius. He is a senior horn player as well. This is going to be his 4th year making an all-set band. And Ian and I just got back from New York, where Ian was selected as a member of the National Honors Orchestra. So we're pretty excited, but excited to be here. So thank you very much for the invitation.
Now from Veterans High School Band Director, Mr. Jeremy Furman, if you will come please.
Good afternoon. It's my privilege to be in front of y'all today. I'd like to introduce our all-state students. We have Miss Haley Tyack, an oboe freshman at Veterans. We have a senior bass clarinet player, Miss Anna Keeper from Veterans. And we have Wazza, who, while he wasn't in the all-state band, he's the only bass drum player in the all-state jazz band. He's one of the soloists with them. So very fortunate to have all these students here, and thank you, Dr. Barber and the board, for all of your support.
Outstanding students, outstanding performance. Thank you all very much. And now on our agenda items, we want to take action to adopt our agenda. Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to adopt our agenda as amended.
Second. It has been motioned and second that we adopt our agenda as amended. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. 7-0. Ms. Hughes, our minutes from our previous meeting.
Yes, I'd also like to make a motion to approve our minutes from our previous meeting.
Second. It has been motioned and second that we approve our minutes from our previous meeting. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. 7-0. And now for our board member comments. We're going to start with Ms. Lori Johnson, and come this way, please. So, Ms. Lori, thank you.
Yes, sir, thank you. And welcome to everyone, to all of our visitors. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you, Dr. Peavy, for hosting last night. The meal was good, and we had a very productive meeting. I know that this is kind of gearing up for our busy time of year. Somebody asked me not long ago, if I enjoyed being on the Board of Education. I said I do, but there are certain seasons where I feel like we don't get as involved, and we've kind of been in one of those. So I'm looking forward to the spring and all of the musicals and proms and graduation, and I know that you students have a lot to look forward to. I would just encourage you to keep working. You can almost see the end here, so keep working. And to you future teachers, we would love to see you back in the future. We have job fairs every year, and we look forward to seeing you guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hughes.
Yes, thank you. Well, welcome to everyone. We're very appreciative and glad that you're here. We'd love to hear of your accomplishments and your gifts and your talents, and how fortunate we are in Houston County to have students that just excel in so many different areas. Also, I would like to say thanks to Mr. Peavy for his hospitality last evening, for your Parkwood staff. I know it's a little bit of extra effort and a little extra work for our schools to host us, but we really do enjoy going into our schools and visiting and just spending time with one another. Also, last Friday, several of us had the opportunity to visit some of our schools. We visited 9 schools, actually, and it's kind of, it puts me in a happy place because I kind of escape from the rest of the crazy world, and the world is kind of crazy out there at times, or it seems like it is. So, but 3 things that kind of stood out to me as I reflected after having gone to visit the schools. First of all, I'm always amazed at the different levels of instruction and the types of instruction that are taking place in our classrooms, and how they incorporate different strategies of remediation and enrichment or enhancement that are used to educate our students. So we take students wherever they are, but we teach all students, and that's the key. It's all students, and we believe that all students can excel. In addition, our schools have embraced the PLC, the Professional Learning Community Model, and you can see that throughout our schools. They talk about the professional learning communities, how it enhances their instruction, how they can spend time with one another, and they learn from one another, our teachers and administrators, so which is reflected in the bottom line, and our bottom line, of course, is test scores. So that was one of those things that just kind of, leaped out at me. Also, I noticed the effectiveness and more widespread use of technology. Yes. And technology, I'm sure Mr. Wilson could say over the past 24 years that you've been on the board, and I've been on here 9 or 10, and it's changed since my children were in school. Technology is a part of instruction. Yes. And when we go into the classrooms now, we see technology taking place, practically in every classroom. And it really keeps students engaged, and it keeps me engaged. I mean, there are times that I don't want to leave the classroom because I want to, sit down and do what they're doing. So those SPLOST funds and the funds, the taxpayer funds that are spent on technology, they're well worth it, and we just need more funds from the state, maybe, that would be nice. And finally, I also was reminded of the diversity of our school system. Diversity is kind of one of those phrases that you hear a lot, but it impacted me when I realized, okay, we have 34 different languages that are in our school system. Now, 34 languages, I can think maybe of 10, but 34, that's pretty amazing. It's just the importance of providing our students with the opportunity to acknowledge and recognize that our differences make each of us unique and special. So, thank you.
Rick?
I'd like to say also thank you to Dr. Peavy for your hospitality, and it is good to see all of you, students and teachers who are visiting today. Appreciate the contribution you make to your school, and I'm excited about your accomplishments as well. My takeaway from our visit on Friday was the level of commitment that I saw from all those that we got a chance to visit with on getting better, on using data to make sure every student is getting it, and I'm excited about that. When I was teaching, I didn't know what data was.
Okay, Brian?
I saw that remark, or that look from Dr. Scott about data when you were teaching with Dr. Scott, so. Thank you, Greg, for your hospitality last night. Sorry I wasn't able to get there, but I was at your other alma mater watching some games, and it's always good to catch up. Thank you to our teachers and students and counselors. It's always great to hear your success stories, and we are truly blessed in Houston County with talent from ag all the way to all-state band, and that's obviously here today. A special thank you to our students back there with teaching as a profession, and we hope that, like Lori said, that your brief stop here today will continue to engage you and pique your interest, and hope that one day as you graduate, you come back here to Houston County and engage in your own career here in Houston County. So thank you and good luck.
Dave.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Back when I started in the system in 1969, technology was a chalkboard and a piece of chalk. So come a long way. But welcome to all our guests that are here with us this afternoon. I'm glad you're here. You always add so much by being here. It's always great to have an outstanding group of students and teachers and administrators with us each month. And Dr. Peavy, I also like to thank you for your hospitality last night for having us at Parkwood. It's great to see students from the Career Center who are interested in the teaching profession, and I too hope to see you one day teaching in our classrooms here in the county. The Career Center offers so many opportunities for our students. It was exciting to attend the HVAC ribbon cutting last week, opening up another program where our students can learn employable skills, and we want to appreciate all our local companies for supporting that program there. We do appreciate all that Sabrina Phelps and her staff do over at the Career Center. Congratulations to our FFA students from veterans. We appreciate all the hard work and effort you put into that program, and congratulations on winning the state championships, and good luck at the Nationals in October. Also proud of all of you who made the Georgia All-State Band. You're very talented, and we know your bandmates and directors are real proud of you, as we are. And just want to say thanks to everyone that worked so hard to make our system one of the best anywhere.
Thank you. Hope.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I too want to thank you, Mr. Peavy. Me and Brian got there late. It was his fault that we didn't make the meal, but I heard it was excellent, and I thank you for your hospitality.
Great.
Also, sitting here, as you introduced these students, the one that jumped out at me at first was Mr. Hernandez. I've seen him wrestle for the last year or so, and he's not just a good wrestler, he's a great wrestler. He's done well, and he represents your school well. And then Mr. Wilson, I've known his mama and brother and family for years, and to see what you've done, all these band, FFA, sports are all in my heart, but just to see, Houston County people come to Houston County and carry that tradition forward. I mean, the teachers, I don't think you understand, but you're looking at Houston County people that are teaching you as kids, and that's what it's about. You pay it forward, and you keep going, and you keep good people, and you have good things happen to good students and to good principals and good teachers, and I sit here in awe every time I see somebody I know, and I think, gosh, man, they've grown up, or gosh, they sure have done well, and that makes us proud. It makes us do what we do, and y'all make it easy. Y'all make it easy to come up here and serve and be here, and you're great representatives. And I thank you for that, and I thank you for letting me once again serve as a board member. I didn't want to leave anybody out. The bands. It amazes me, somebody that goes, getting on the All-State Band one time or two times or three times. It's the dedication you put into that. That people don't realize it's just like everything else. The harder you work at it, the better you're going to be. And that shows. It shows in these meetings, and it shows in what you're accomplishing. I want to thank the board once again for, our meetings. You read about, and I hope I don't jinx this or anything, but our meetings in the executive section, I mean, sometimes there's hard subjects that come across here, but it's a pleasure working with each and every one of you. And I'm glad to see we're going to extend Dr. Scott's contract. That's very important. And we're looking forward to that. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone. I want to share with you my experience this past a couple of weeks ago when I was honored again and supported by you all, the board and the central office, to be able to go to D.C., Washington, D.C., and participate in the Advocacy Institute and Equity Symposium. Several of you have mentioned about your experience here, but when you go and compare with others and talk with others, you really get a chance to appreciate what Houston County is doing. So rather than take a long time, I was able to go there and share with the people there in D.C. and to include our legislators what Houston County is doing. And thanks, Beth, for putting this together and having the information and what's going on here in Houston County. We talked about we had the NSBA, National School Board Association, started off with, it's a great idea for education, reauthorization and full funding for the Individuals of Disability Education Act reauthorization. Some information on this we presented to our legislators. It says NSBA urges Congress to begin with Individual and Disabilities Education Act reauthorization so that the law can be strengthened in a timely way to ensure that all students with disabilities achieve their full potential. And the information, a reference to Houston County, says that in FY 2019 on special education, 8.27% were federal dollars, 42.3% were state dollars, and 49.26% was from the local fund. That means we, the local community, you, the voters, are supporting the IDEA share of education. And then some other topics that were discussed there. Number one was school safety. There was a lot discussed about school safety across the nation and here in Georgia, and that was presented. And then we looked at some other numbers, some information there and in different sessions. But I want to share with you one of the points that came out to me as we were there in our sessions. And one was, there was they called it 5 ships, words with ship in it, that was very important for workforce readiness and to have students ready for the workforce. And the 5 words were internship, mentorship, scholarships, relationships, and apprenticeships. These were words that were focused on, that was being helping students to get to where they are capable of going with the teaching and all that is going on within their classroom. So this was very important. And then lastly, as I presented our booklet to our legislators, Representative Austin Scott, Senator Isaacson, and Senator Perdue, they took a look at the graduation chart that was presented, and they were very, very impressed with our graduation percentage that is there, and all the other test scores and everything that is in here that is happening here in Houston County. So again, Houston County is really blessed. Houston County has a lot going for it, and we just want to reach higher with our students so that they will become not just high achieving students, but higher achieving students. So thank you all very much for all that you do to make Houston County education what it is. Thank you. Dr. Scott.
Well, Mr. Wilson talked about the great things going on in Houston County, and I do want to share with you that the district recently completed our SACS evaluation where we were reaccredited, and all of our schools are accredited, and we received a great report. And congratulations to all of our students, our faculties, our administrators, our parents. It's something for our community to be very proud of. Through that process, we received a score. And this score kind of backs up what Mr. Wilson said in his comments, but with that score, we were approximately 60 points above the national average for our school district, and that's compared to school districts all over the United States over the past 5 years. So that's a 5-year average. So we're very proud of the work that is going on in our district. One area that really stood out to the evaluators was board governance, and thank you to the board for the way that you operate our school district, the way that you give myself and the administrators in our school district the autonomy to operate and to manage the school district. And so it is a team effort, and so we're very proud of that. A few more celebrations. We had a Special Olympics in Georgia on January the 11th through the 13th in Cobb County. We had over 100 students that participated in that. And all told, we had 11 awards that included 3 gold medals. Congratulations to all of our winners, especially to the teams that won gold in unified basketball. That was Warner Robins Middle, Perry High, and Warner Robins High School. We also, on January the 29th, celebrated our star students and our star teacher. And Tian Tran was named our 2019 student for Houston County. He chose Miss Laura Bird as his star teacher, and Dr. Reiser, I believe that was like her 10th time being selected as star teacher, so she's obviously making a great impact on the students there at Houston County High School. Miss Bird and Tian will be participating on March the 18th for the regional Star Student Competition at a banquet in Macon, so we're looking forward to that. But we also want to recognize our other star students and teachers. From Northside High School, we had Simone Crowder and Miss Sherry Nix. Simone was the student and Sherry Nix was the teacher. From Perry High, we had student Heidi Hall and Mrs. Angela Heath. From Veterans High School, we had Akasha Rohr and Mrs. Jennifer Douglas. And then from Warner Robins High School, we had Emily Howell and Mrs. Candace Henderson. And so we appreciate the relationship that we have with our local chambers of commerce and who sponsor the Star Student and Teacher Program. We also had, on February the 1st, we had our system spelling bee, and congratulations to Morningside Elementary Olivia Sims, who I believe is a 4th grader, isn't that right? So she, if you don't know about the spelling bee, that's 4th through 8th grade, so we had a 4th grader to take out all those other grades. And surprisingly enough, we had a middle school student that won runner-up, Lydia Emery, from Northside Middle School. So congratulations to those two students that will go on to compete in the District 6 Spelling Bee on February the 23rd at Fort Valley State. We wish them well and hope that they advance to the state. We had 4 of our students who also won awards in the annual All-State Art Symposium. More than 1,000 entries were submitted, and only 140 students' artworks were chosen for this prestigious honor. Congratulations to our 2019 state finalists from Houston County High School, UG Zhao and Abby Pickens, and from Perry High School, Lauren Silverstruck and Dalton Hill. We are certainly proud of the students' accomplishments and their creative talents, and also want to congratulate the art teachers, Catherine Wyatt at Houston County High, and then Kathy Heller at Perry High. We also have 2 great events coming up, the Day at the Museum and Market Day. The Day at the Museum will be held on February the 23rd. Both of the events will be at Kerry Martin Center, and we'll have approximately 460 of our 4th grade gifted students that will attend the Day at the Museum. And then on February the 28th and March the 1st, again at Kerry Martin Center, we'll have more than 1,250 of our 3rd grade students participating in a simulated global bazaar. So always a great event. If you have an opportunity, stop by and check out the bazaar or the Day at the Museum. Also CTAE month this month, so congratulations. And we had some student representatives here today of our student organizations, and thank you to our CTA teachers who put in a whole lot of work behind the scenes, and also who go the extra mile to serve our students through our CTSOs, and I know our students are appreciative of that, and parents certainly realize the sacrifice that you make as well. It's also school counseling week was last week, and so we want to celebrate our school counselors, and thank you to the principals that brought your school counselors here today. You're certainly a part of what we do. Mr. Wilson mentioned school safety, and counselors play a big part in school safety and making sure that needs of our students are identified, and we are liking what we're hearing from our governor on support in school counseling and in mental health support in our schools. Pre-K registration will begin on February the 25th, and that will continue through March the 22nd, and that is for the upcoming 2019-2020 school year. and we're expecting about 1,300 children to register for pre-K, and if you need to find information about that, you can find that on our website at hcb.net. Also, I want to do an early birthday wish to Brian Upshaw, who will celebrate his birthday on February the 16th. I didn't know Brian was born so close to Valentine's Day, and as I said that, I realized Greg Peavy's in here too. I think his birthday's on Valentine's Day. And so anyway, happy birthday to both of them. And in conclusion, coming Monday, February the 18th, our schools will be closed for the President's Day holiday, and students will also be off on the 19th when we do our system and site collaborations. And so I hope everybody enjoys that long weekend.
Thank you, Dr. Scott. We have just a few more items on our agenda. Department reports were given on last night, and any questions or comments, anyone? If not, under new business, we have our financial report. Dave.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the December financial reports as presented last evening.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the financial report as presented on last evening. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you very much, 7-0. Purchasing report, Rick.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the request for February 2019 purchases, financial impact of $310,888, $332 from various school funds, and from East Blost, $210,555.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the purchasing report for February 2019. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. For our personnel report, Brian.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve as presented the February 2019 personnel report as presented.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the February 2019 personnel report as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you, 7-0. Brian?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the fiscal year 2020 certified employee contract recommendations, and there are 2,218 of them.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the personnel reports that are certified, that is over 2,000. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. Next one.
Yes, sir, I'd like, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make another motion to approve Ms. Courtney Flores and Ms. Tammy Morrow for an additional fiscal year 2020 certified employee contract as recommended.
Second.
And Mr. Chairman, I must recuse myself as well.
Thank you. It has been motioned and second that we approve the two names that were mentioned there, and with a recusal from Hope Morrow and a recusal from Rick. Thank you. Thank you. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. 5-0. Thank you. Next one.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to make a recommendation that we approve revised policy IDE. It aligns with the State Board of Education Rule 160-5-1.18 with the Georgia High School Association Constitution and bylaws. We're combining, the revision combines grades 7 through 12 competitive interscholastic activities to condense the policy.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the revised policy for policy IDEA, which deals with extracurricular activity. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you. For the superintendent's contract, Lori.
Yes, sir. It is my honor and pleasure and with great relief that I would like to make a motion that we approve the superintendent's contract as presented. The effective dates are January 1, 2019 through May 31st, 2021.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the superintendent's contract, which begins January 1st, 2019 and goes through May 31st, 2021. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Dr. Scott. Thank you. Well deserved. The next item on the agenda would be the lateral or reassignment of the executive director for school operations. Lori.
Yes, sir. I would like to make a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation to reassign Ms. Lasagna Frierson as the Executive Director of Teaching and Learning.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the reassignment of the Executive Director for School Operation, Ms. Lasagna Frierson, as presented. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you very much. 7-0. Next item with the new job description, Rick.
Yes. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the new job description for Director of School Operations.
Second.
It's been motioned and second that we approve the new job description for Executive Director for School Operation. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you very, sorry.
Just Director. You said Executive.
I'm sorry, Director, my apologies. I thank you. Approve the new job description for the Director of School Operation. All in favor of the motion, please show your right hand. Thank you very much. Thank you. Lastly, for action will be the approval of the new certified position. Ms. Hughes.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve the request for the approval of 20 new certified positions to be funded in the fiscal year 2020 budget at a cost of $1,605,515.
Second.
It has been motioned and second that we approve the new certified position, a total of 20 certified positions for 2020 budget. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. 7-0. Those are all the items that are on the agenda. Do we have any executive session? There's no executive session items. We'll need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
It's been motioned and second that we adjourn. All in favor of the motion, please show right hand. Thank you very much. We adjourn.